The truth about the Russia-Ukraine war, what they don't want you to know. They told you this war started in 2022. They told you it was an unprovoked invasion. But what if that's not the whole story? On February 19, 2025, geopolitical expert Jeffrey Sachs stood before the European Parliament and dropped bombshell revelations about the true origins of the Russia-Ukraine war. The mainstream media won't tell you this, but we will. Stay with us as we break down the shocking truth behind the war, NATO's secret moves, and what comes next. The seeds of war were planted decades ago. When the Soviet Union collapsed, the US and its allies made a promise: NATO will not expand eastward. That was a lie. NATO kept growing, closer and closer to Russia's borders. 1999 to Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic. 2004 to Bulgaria, Romania, the Baltics. 2008, they set their sights on Ukraine. For Russia, this was a red line. Then came 2014. A US-backed uprising overthrew Ukraine's pro-Russian government. Moscow saw this as an act of war. Russia responded, taking Crimea and supporting rebels in Donbass. This wasn't just about Ukraine. This was the West and Russia on a collision course. Jeffrey Sachs says the war could have been avoided. But the US wanted to weaken Russia. Instead of peace, they poured billions into weapons, fueling the bloodshed. The result? Ukraine destroyed. Hundreds of thousands dead. Europe facing an energy crisis. And yet, the war machine keeps turning. But there is a way out. Sachs says the only solution is Ukraine stays neutral, no NATO membership. Donbass gets autonomy, protecting its Russian-speaking population. Russia withdraws, but with security guarantees. This isn't crazy. During the Cold War, diplomacy worked. The US and the USSR found ways to avoid nuclear war. So why aren't we doing the same today? Because peace isn't profitable. War fuels the military-industrial complex. It strengthens NATO. It keeps the US in control. And Europe? Europe is just following orders. The people want peace. But will the politicians listen? Or will they drag us into an even bigger disaster? We're running out of time. The choices we make now will decide the future of Europe and the world. What do you think? Is this war about Ukraine or something much bigger?